Well. Matt Walsh being upset about judges stopping deployments of ICE. Wah, 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 wah. So much for being the party of law and order, conservatives. Ah, darn. Oh well. What does this fucking dipshit have to say? We have long reached the point where Trump needs to openly defy these judges. Good luck with that. Like, I've said this before, but the reason why the Nazis were as fucking successful as they were in implementing the fucking Third Reich is because they had a partial judiciary to them. Not the case right now. Even Trump appointed judges have been stopping a lot of the bullshit that Trump is trying to do because, again, like, these people are not fucking captured. They're not captured. They simply put are just not. And all the conservatives are coping, seething, malding, shitting their pants, pissing their pants, and are just seemingly incredibly upset about the fact that people are just do not want to fucking go along with a lot of the fucking bullshit that they're trying to sell. So it's like, I don't know, cope, seethe, mauled, get owned. Like, time for a shutdown with these activist judges. Yeah, all the Reagan appointees that have stopped a bunch of Trump's bullshit. All the Obama appointees that have stopped a lot of Trump's bullshit. All the Trump appointees that have stopped a lot of Trump's bullshit. So are you sure that they're all activist judges? Again, for these people, if it's not complete utter capitulation and subjugation for what they ultimately want and desire, then it doesn't matter. Like, it's a loss to them, and they're just going to have, I don't know, complete fucking screeds and are going to be getting mad about it anyways. There's no appealing people like these. Like, you actively have to, for lack of a better term, beat them down and force them into fucking submission. Like, there is no rapport that you can have with fucking conservatives. Like, they are wholeheartedly uninterested in any of that. And yeah, 1000%. Yeah, judges are very well trained to not deviate from the letter of the law, too. 1000% there, boy meets Minnie. Like, these people are not gonna fucking buy any of fucking Trump's bullshit. Because, again, the only reason why Trump thinks he can get away with what he can get away with is because he just has a bunch of fucking sycophants around him, fundamentally speaking. So, I don't know, what do we have here? So, obviously, the deployment of ICE troops and these Gestapo little freaks from California to Portland. Because that's what he's trying to do. He's not trying to nationalize any of the National Guards because he knows it's just like, well, that's not going to be successful. That's not going to work. So how about I try to do a little bit of a roundabout way instead, get around these court orders instead of not going after. Instead of trying to deploy the fucking National Guard of the particular state that they are from, he's trying to get around it instead and is basically going, well, I'm just going to deploy them from other states instead. I don't think that's going to be as effective as you may think, Trump, because, again, the thing is that it is still overall illegal. You still have to notify the governor that you are trying to do deployments, and you have to get their permission to federalize National Guard troops to deploy them into particular places. And if you do not have that approval, then it is still overall illegal. There's nothing you can do about it. So, of course, a federal judge has temporarily blocked President Trump's administration from deploying National Guard troops from Texas and California to Portland, Oregon. Again, the basis for as to why he wants to have the National Guard do an invasion of Portland is simply due to the fact that he saw one of the dumbass fucking videos that these freaks probably put out saying, Portland is under attack by Antifa, and we have to do everything to stop Antifa from attacking our great American cities. Despite the fact that there is no evidence to suggest whatsoever that Antifa is doing any attacks within fucking Portland whatsoever, and are not doing an occupation of the city, and are not burning down the city for the past seemingly fucking 5 years that conservatives like to think that this has been going on. He watched a fucking, particular propaganda video from some probable conservative dipshit and thought it was true because, again, with Donald Trump, his brain is leaking out of his ears, and he's not able to, make proper fucking assessments on anything because, again, brain leaking out of fucking ears. Yeah, he wants to stop, we have to stop Tifa and Avalanche. Yeah, exactly. We have to do everything in order to stop Cloud Strife, that fucking bastard. Fuck you, Cloud. Suck my dick, eat my shit. It's all your fault or some shit. I don't fucking know. Something, Final Fantasy or whatever. The decision late on Sunday came after the court denied Trump's attempt to deploy Oregon's own National Guard members to Portland. Again, because it's illegal. You can't fucking do that. But, the Trump administration loves lawlessness as much as they love to pretend that, we're the base trads who are totally for fighting for the law and all that shit. In reality, no, it's a complete bunch of fucking gobbledygook with these fucking people. There is no active fucking principled beliefs that fucking come from conservatives. It's all a bunch of fucking bullshit with them. Portland's latest Democratic-led city targeted as part of Trump's attempt to address what he says is out-of-control crime. Obviously, no basis in reality or evidence for any of this. Again, for him, it's all about a practice to try to do anything possible to help catalyze the military fucking occupation. They're still trying to find their Reichstag fire moment, guys. It's all about the fucking Reichstag fire. Conservatives have been looking for this ever since the beginning of this fucking administration, where they can finally turn on the jets and do the fucking military-style occupation. In reality, it's never going to be fucking catalyzed with these fucking complete morons. Because there's no basis or evidence for it at all whatsoever. There's nothing to say, there needs to be a foreign occupation of, well, not a foreign occupation, but a military-style occupation of the United States of America. There's no reason for this at all whatsoever. Of course, he also authorized the deployment of National Guard troops to Chicago, Illinois, which is also probably going to see a bunch of fucking legal challenges and will probably get stopped as well. The ruling on Sunday from U.S. District Judge Karen Immergut, whatever, came shortly after the Pentagon confirmed 200 members of the California National Guard have been reassigned to Portland to support U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and other federal personnel performing official duties. And this is what it's all about. The Trump administration fundamentally has an understanding in the back of their minds that what they are doing is quite unpopular with the American people. And so they are going to try to do everything possible in order to try to, well, let's be honest here, stop the fact that what they are doing within Portland, within all of these other Democratic-led cities, is very, very unpopular with the attempted military occupation of these fucking goddamn cities, because everyone under the sun is protesting the actions of the, Trump administration. They don't like the fact that their cities are being occupied, and it's causing a lot of unrest. California, Oregon have sent temporary restraining orders against the deployment. Judge Immergut, who was appointed by Trump, said was no evidence that recent protests in the city made the presence of federalized National Guard troops necessary. Hey, Matt, I thought this was an activist fucking judge. This is a judge that was appointed by Trump. These people are just not willing to go along with Trump's fucking bullshit because, again, it's just a bunch of bullshit. During an emergency hearing on Sunday, she pressed lawyers from the federal government on how the deployment of troops from other states was not simply a way to circumvent her earlier decision denying the national deployment of Oregon's National Guard. In that decision, she said the use of the military to quell unrest without Oregon's consent risks the sovereignty of that state and others and inflame tensions in the city of Portland. Once again, I have to say to conservatives, whatever happened to states' rights? I thought you guys cared about that. No, nothing about states' rights? You guys don't actually give a shit about any of that stuff? Oh. Yeah, in reality, they've never given a shit about any of that stuff. In that decision, he said the use of the military to quell unrest without Oregon's consent. Oh, I said that already. Stephen Miller, Trump's deputy chief of staff, called the ruling on Twitter one of the most egregious and thunderous violation of constitutional order we have seen, and is yet the latest example of unceasing efforts to nullify the 2024 election by fiat. Cope and fucking seethe about it, you fucking Nazi fucking loser. Maybe, just maybe. You guys should stop doing such ridiculous, illegal shit constantly, and maybe, just maybe, you maybe have some more success within the federal judiciary. I know that there was also a broader reaction to this from Stephen Miller, but he's like a sniveling, crying fucking loser. And there's a reason why the fascist takeover it's going to be bad, but it's never going to fucking happen within the United States of America because we have sniveling, crying little babies and losers like the fascists that currently exist, all the pundits, all the Fox News dipshits, all the fucking goddamn podcasters, all the fucking goddamn content creators. They're sniveling, crying losers who are never willing to put their fucking balls on the table and are never going to risk, their broader position within society. Because like I've said before, in reality for these people, all they fucking fundamentally care about is, well, having some form of relevance within broader mainstream cultures. Like we've talked about before on the fucking Bad Bunny fucking video, for conservatives, they just want to have some kind of mainstream relevance. And they're all just jealous about the fact that, well, let's be honest here, liberals don't like anything that they're fucking selling. Broadly speaking, liberals and, I don't know, like your average sort of normies don't like fucking fascistic bullshit. It's cringe. It's not interesting. Everyone thinks it's like stupid and idiotic, and it's just not gonna fucking sell like the conservatives think that they are. Think that it will. Like, people just do not like the fact that all these like fucking weirdos and morons are just doing as cringy of fucking bullshit as possible, and it's just like, ew, you guys are such fucking weirdos. You guys are cringe losers. Like, fuck off with all this bullshit. Why are you trying to go after my fucking goddamn neighbor Jorge or whatever the fuck? Like, it's cringe. It's simpering moron loser shit. And that's broadly speaking why this stuff is just not really popular at all whatsoever. It's cringe, liberal soy fucking fascism, and no one really fucking likes any of that shit. It's not fucking popular. Trump is basically hemorrhaging popularity with every fucking voting demographic on every single fucking issue. People are sick and tired of all the bullshit that's being pulled right now by the Trump administration. And people are just like, yeah, we've had enough. We don't like any of this bullshit. So that's generally speaking why these people are not going to be successful. They may temporarily have some of the people on their side until they wake up and see like, oh, wait a minute, this is actually a bunch of bullshit. And these people are complete, utter charlatans and liars. And all the coping, crying, seething, and mauling that the broader representatives within the administration is doing is not ingratiating them to that and to those fucking positions. They just see it as like loser shit and fucking cringe, which is correct because this is loser shit and it's fucking goddamn cringe. He later told reporters that Trump was considering a very broad range of authorities to deploy federal assets despite the court's intervention. He declined to offer specifics, of course, because they're not going to offer specifics ever because that would make them look really bad. They want to do everything possible to get the Reichstag fire moment, and it's not fucking happening. Despite the court's intervention, client declined, saying that could enable local authorities to prepare their next motions in court. It's really funny that he's coming up now against fucking local authorities and their action. I thought we loved the cops and local authorities, the Trump administration. What happened? What happened? I thought you guys loved cops. That's a little interesting. Almost as if the fucking goddamn whole point of this is the subjugation, is the maintenance of fucking hierarchy and control, and that these people have never, ever had any principle when it comes to any of this stuff. Ever. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told reporters that Judge Immergut's decision was untethered in reality and in law. Cope. And that Trump was legally within his rights to call up the National Guard in cases where he deems it appropriate. Yeah, but if the judge sort of judges that it is inappropriate, cope about it. I don't know, like, what else are you supposed to say besides fucking cope about it? And, like, it's so fucking stupid. We're confident that it's the president's legal authority to do this, she said, and we're very confident we will win on the merits of the law. Every single time they've tried to challenge this and appeal it, because the point of them doing the appeals is they want it to go to the Supreme Court, where they think they're going to get a favorable ruling. And that's why they keep appealing, because they want it to go to the Supreme Court really fucking badly. Because they just keep losing, because they're losers, and no one likes what they're fucking doing. The temporary restraining order will remain in effect until at least October 19th. The Trump administration is expected to quickly appeal against the ruling. Meanwhile, Illinois State and the city of Chicago filed a lawsuit on Monday to block a similar planned deployment of troops to the city by the Trump administration. The American people, regardless of where they reside, should not live under threat of occupation by the United States military, particularly for the reason that their state or state leadership has fallen out of the president's favor. Don't think there's really any other way to fucking put this, because that's why they're fucking doing this. On Monday, Trump said he would consider invoking the Insurrection Act to use the military if federal courts stopped his deployment of National Guard troops to U.S. cities. That's fucking legal, obviously. He's talked about this. It's just like, no, it's fucking stupid. Like, it's really funny because a lot of community-led initiatives are being led within democratic cities in order to help address the problems with crime within democrat cities. Because the only reason why there has been a significant increase in terms of crimes within the cities in particular is because of fucking COVID, and those are being addressed, you know, with community-led initiatives that the Trump administration actively fucking defunded. So I don't know, cope and seethe. Like again, like there's not really much else to say besides like this is a sort of issue of Trump's own making, and it's broadly speaking not going to play very very well amongst everyone within these broader sort of, I don't know, like American electorate, because it's just like everyone recognizes and it's just like, dog, like what the fuck are you talking about? Like the crime has been going down. It's been seeing 30-year historic lows in Washington D.C. and everywhere else, despite the fact that Trump like was coping and seething, talking about like, well, we were very successful in stopping crime. Yeah, in the 30-year low that it's been fucking having within the broader general sort of like United States of America, or within Washington D.C. Specifically, there's been a fucking 30-year crime low. And I mean, talking on ICE specifically, the reason why they're losing a lot of popularity is because they're fucking thugs and no one likes them, and they're accidentally now, accidentally tear gassing Chicago police right now. A lot of the people that they need to have on their side in order to be able to carry out the fucking fascistic Gestapo kidnappings. And this is not going to do a good job at ingratiating you in the sort of local apparatuses that you people need to rely on in order to be able to keep carrying out all the fucking fascistic Gestapo bullshit. And also, they're like literally fucking feuding with the Chicago police and are doing fake 911 calls. Quite literally. And what happened in particular is there was a local CBS affiliate that was reporting on the fucking goddamn deployment. And what ended up fucking happening was, and the funny, this is like the funniest thing about all of this fucking bullshit, is they basically tried to do a, not like a Gestapo, like they tried to like arrest a bunch of people who were doing reporting on the, not the deployment, but the, on the deployment of ICE within Chicago. They went to an ICE facility to do reporting there, and they were just like, wait, hold on. Is someone trying to break into the ICE facility? And it was just a dude finagling with his camera, and it's just like, this is one of our local affiliates trying to report on the fucking goddamn situation on the ground. It's just like, because again, let's be honest here, the people who head ICE or are a part of ICE are all like 3%er neo-Nazi militia dumbasses. You know, your Proud Soys, your fucking Patriot Front fucking dipshits and losers who also do not like the cops. So they love clashing with police about as much as they love, I don't know, trying to beat in the skulls of Antifa or whoever they perceive as their fucking main political opponents at the time. Because in reality, these people... the whole point of any of this is to try to help catalyze the takeover, the far-right fascistic takeover that they are trying to do within the United States of America. And they, broadly speaking, they do not have support of people. They do not have support of most of the states. They do not have support of most fucking people. And they do not have support of the fucking goddamn courts. Congress is dilapidated, pathetic, and ineffective. Like, they're not going to do anything about this. There is effectively no countermeasurements right now within Congress. They're not putting up a fight, and Trump recognizes this. I mean, he literally said it himself within his address to the fucking goddamn generals. Like, so he doesn't have to expect any resistance in particular from fucking Congress. So he knows that he can get away with a lot of fucking bullshit. So, again, like, it's one of those things where it turns out a lot of the fucking bullshit that's going on within Illinois, within all these Democratic-led cities, are not popular and does not have support within the broader sort of general populace, and does not have a lot of popularity within the sort of like general sort of judiciary as well. Again, like I said before, The reason why the Nazis were as successful as they were was because they had a partial judiciary also on their side. Without that, they're not going to be able to pull off a lot of the fucking far right militaristic takeovers that they want to do, like the capers that they're trying to pull. It's going to keep getting stopped over and over again, and everyone's going to do everything possible to keep just like pushing back against this, because again, it turns out it is still legal to not like what the president is fucking doing. It's not gonna happen like with the sort of federalized takeover, because again, the only reason why Trump and the Trump administration, broadly speaking, I'm going to keep saying this over and over again, the reason why they're going ahead with a lot of the bullshit that they're trying to pull right now is because they want to do everything possible to help catalyze their own Reichstag fire moment in order to do the actual fucking military takeover. But that shit is, broadly speaking, not very popular, and people do not want to have any of that happen. So it's just like, it's not going to work out like the Trump administration thinks that it's going to, because generally speaking, let's be quite honest here, a lot of what Trump is doing is heavily unpopular, and he's hemorrhaging a lot of fucking votes and fucking support. So it's one of those situations where it's just like, I don't know, conservatives, cope and seethe about the fact that what you're doing is, broadly speaking, highly, highly unpopular, and it's just not going to work out. People are already seeing through a lot of the bullshit, and they're just, like, not interested in terms of what the sort of broader Trump administration is going to do. Like, we can keep, like, taking a look through the article. Like, J.B. Pritzker said late on Sunday that Trump was ordering 400 members of the Texas National Guard for deployments in Illinois and Oregon. Again, the only reason why Trump is doing this is because he feels like in his mind, it's just like, well, fuck, probably J.B. Pritzker's gonna put up way too much of a fucking fight, folks. That's not gonna work out well for us. And I do think that J.B. Pritzker is probably going to try to put up more of a fight. Like, honestly, the fucking goddamn brawl that could potentially ensue between Illinois and the Illinois National Guard potentially, and the sort of I want to say broader general other National Guard units that he's trying to pull from is something that could potentially happen, which is genuinely insane to fucking think about. I think that's fucking hilarious, and it's just wholeheartedly shows the complete utter failure that these goddamn guard deployments are having for the Trump administration. They're fucking upset about it. In a statement, the government called the proposed deployment Trump's invasion, which it is. There's no reason to send troops. Told CNN that the authorization of troops there would incite protests, and accused the administration of causing war zone to rationalize the response, because in reality, what he wants to do is to find his fucking Reichstag fire moment. He's desperate to find it, because in reality, what he wants is to help do the, well, military fucking goddamn takeover that he wants to help catalyze. That's all that it is in the end. Like, he just wants to do the fucking takeover. But he's just, because again, if it was about crime, why is he going to Democratic fucking cities? Why is he trying to go there in particular? If he cared about doing anything to stop crime, he would try to, well, address crime within Republican states, because they're the ones who have way more fucking crime in comparison to that of Democratic states and fucking cities. He would go to Republican towns. But again, like I said before, for him, it is all about, well, finding an excuse in order to have his fucking Reichstag fire moment. So it's one of those situations where it's just like, I don't know, cope and seethe about it, fucking conservatives. Like, you guys are, it's not gonna fucking happen. Like, it's the same thing, like, every judge is going to rule this within California, within Portland, within Oregon, within Illinois, within anywhere that they try to do it. The only reason why he's going to have any success, broadly speaking, within, say, within Tennessee is because there is a fucking Republican governor currently in power who is partial to a lot of the fucking bullshit that the Trump administration is trying to pull. So again, it's not going to fucking work out at all like these fucking conservatives seem to want to think that it is. Like, they can cope and seethe about it. What they are doing is, broadly speaking, very, very fucking unpopular, and people are just not down with what the conservatives are basically fucking offering. So it's one of those situations where it's like, cope and seethe, conservatives. You guys have lost. You're losing the fucking cultural battle. No one likes what you're doing. You people are actively as unpopular as it always has been. And again, it's like it's just one of those situations where it's just like cope and see the bad conservatives. Nobody likes what you're doing, and I don't know. You can keep like roid raging out in little corners that you have, talking about how you're losing cultural relevance and prominence, because in reality, this whole attempt at doing a fucking Reichstag fire in order to justify further military fucking crackdown on the rest of the United States of America is wholeheartedly not going to work out in the way that you people think it is. I don't think there's really much else to say besides all of these initiatives that the Trump administration is trying to pull is going to continue to keep failing over and over and over again, because in reality these people are wholeheartedly uninterested in trying to actually solve crime like they say that they pretend that they want to do, and just want to basically do anything possible in order to help catalyze the militaristic crackdown and takeover of the United States of America that they have been dreaming for ever since, well, Hitler decided to take his own life with a fucking goddamn bullet to the head. Don't think there's much else to say besides that.